Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we'll have the latest on the classified documents discovery, this time in former VP Pence's home, now raising questions about the system for handling these sensitive materials. And the new warning about credit card skimming, a growing crime, how criminals do it, and what you can do to help protect yourself. We're going to have those stories and so much more right here on GMA.
Ahead in the next hour at GMSA, you're looking for a change of scenery. We'll tell you about some easy indoor home projects. And then this is one of our top stories this morning, an overnight shooting on San Antonio's west side that left one person dead. Katrina Weber will join us with a live report. And checking TransGuide right now, uneventful morning so far compared to yesterday with all the rain we had in the area. The roads are dry. It is crisp and clear and cold. Mike's forecast still to come.
A San Antonio police officer shoots and kills a man who he says fired at him first. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. I'll tell you why the police chief says this is not a closed case just yet.
A scary scene at a far west side shopping center after a car falls into a sinkhole. We'll take a look at the damage coming up.
Coming up on GMSA at 6, we give you all the details for auditions of Sleeping Beauty at the Children's Ballet of San Antonio.
And after all that rain we had yesterday, it cleared out. Turned out to be a beautiful day. And this morning, nice and cold, 37 degrees.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And it is time to rise and shine, South Texas. Good morning to you. We've made it to midweek. It is January 25th.
Good morning. Definitely time for a warm cup of coffee.
And we're going to talk to Mike and check on traffic in a moment. But before we begin this morning, we have a big update overnight from the war in Ukraine. The German government now saying just in the last hour that it will provide Ukraine with Leopard 2 battle tanks. That long-awaited decision comes after U.S. officials said Tuesday that a preliminary agreement had been struck for the U.S. to send one of our top tanks, the M1 Abrams, to help Kyiv push back Russian forces entrenched in the east for almost a year since the start of the war. Stay with us on air and online for updates on this new development.
And going back to the weather, yeah, very cold. Go ahead and get use out of your sweaters and your jackets this week, especially in the morning hours.
That cold will sneak up on you. Mike Osterhage, you're just off screen, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, come on in.
It was the man behind the curtain there. Yeah, and you're going to get use out of your jackets all day long, too, because we're going to be staying only in the mid to upper 50s later on today. And so definitely on the chilly side, and that's going to be the situation tomorrow. And also kind of the icing on the cake is we've got a couple more rain chances as we go down the road in the forecast. First of all, yeah, clear skies out there. Just a spectacular morning. We're at 37 right now in town, 35 Bulverde, and burning stage 34. So just above freezing, which means in your backyard, it may very well be freezing. Same thing over for you folks in Uvalde, and a little bit of a wind out there in places. It has settled somewhat, and that's why temperatures are continuing to drop down when you don't have any wind. We got the clear skies, we got the very, very dry air, but then where there is a breeze, and we've got some wind gusts out there in the hill country, wind chills, 25 Lost Maples, 32 at the airport, same thing at Seguin. No matter where you are, bundle up. And molds on the low side. Mountain cedar, a lot of it probably got washed out from the rain yesterday, but it's going to be interesting to see what the updated count is, which comes out in about an hour and a half or so, and what those northwesterly winds did to those mountain cedar trees overnight and earlier this morning. 37 degrees, and we are going to be staying roughly steady the next couple of hours, and then warm up nicely with plenty of sunshine. Make it up to the low 50s today at noon. And then top off later on this afternoon, 58 degrees. The normal average high temperature is 64. So we're 6 below that, and that's going to be the trend the next few days. Like I said, another couple of rain chances. We'll tell you all about that and a closer look at the weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. Quiet in your corner of the studio?
Feels good today, Mike, but can't say the same here. Unfortunately, 35 at Pine. We do have a stalled via bus. Just received an update from our friends over at TransGuide. Now, you can see traffic is moving through the northbound lanes of I-35 without any trouble, but you want to make sure you slow down, move over a lane or two, because that's a stalled via bus out there. We have to give the TxDOT Hero trucks plenty of room to work on the situation out there because they tend to get out of the vehicles, inspect those cars that are experiencing trouble on the roadways. So again, again, move over or slow down. That is the law. So let's get you to the map. Again, that was on I-35 northbound. I'll get it pinpointed here in just a moment, but you can see that there's really not a lot else out there. That is going to change probably within the next 30 minutes or so as more folks wake up and get ready to get the hump day started here. But let's get you to some travel times right now. If you are coming into San Antonio this early in the morning, it's not too bad. Still pretty pleasant from Pleasanton along I-37 northbound. 28 minutes is what you can expect. And it's the usual drive time, about half an hour for our friends that are traveling in from US 90 and Castroville. And right now that arrival from Lytle should be within about 16 minutes. So everything looks average there. And hopefully we'll see a better update here. Again, 35 northbound at Pine. We do have a stall via bus. Again, remember to move over or slow down. We have TxDOT Hero trucks on the scene. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. The night ended with the sound of gunshots at a West Side motel, but the morning is beginning with a police investigation. A police officer shot and killed a man at that motel.
Katrina Weber is live where it happened near 410 and Marbach Road. You mentioned earlier that police say the man was armed too and actually used his gun.
Well, that's right. According to Chief William McManus, that man actually fired at the officer first as the officer was trying to arrest him. Now, this started with what was supposed to be just a routine patrol around 11 last night. The police department's street crimes unit making a pass through the Motel 6 parking lot. But Chief McManus says that's when one of the officers spotted the man standing next to a van with what looked like drugs in his hand. McManus says the officer was trying to handcuff the man when he pulled away, then pulled the gun from his own waistband. He says that man, who was in his 40s or 50s, fired off 2 shots before the officer then shot and killed him. Police are not releasing any names just yet, but again, they say the man was in his 40s or 50s. The officer, Chief McManus tells us, was with the department about 5 years so far. He says that while he says that this whole case seems pretty straightforward, he did caution that this is still under investigation. Reporting live on the West Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
A judge has reset the court date for San Antonio Councilman Clayton Perry. He briefly appeared in court yesterday. It was his first appearance since police accused him of driving drunk and leaving a head-on crash on November 6th. He is facing charges of failure to stop and provide information and DWI. His lawyer told a judge he was speaking with a prosecutor to come up with some, quote, resolution, end quote. So the judge reset his court date to March 8th. Perry returned from a leave of absence earlier this month. He is eligible to run for a 4th term, but so far, he still has not filed to run for his District 10 City Council position. And a driver going through a Target parking lot on the city's far west side found themselves in a sinkhole yesterday afternoon.
This video is from Sky 12 over the scene last night. Look at all the water here in that driveway between parking lots at 1604 near Highway 151. Our Sarah Costa joins us live in the newsroom with a closer look at that sinkhole and, more importantly, what caused it.
Good morning, Mark and Steph. A sinking feeling for that driver whose car tipped into that sinkhole last night while driving through the Alamo Ranch Target parking lot. A water main break in the middle of one of the main entrances of the Target store led to large amounts of water in the lot. So witnesses told KSAT the break and the hole have been a problem since Monday. It's going to take a while to fix that problem. The plumber says he's waiting on equipment and the green light to shut the water off from some of the stores. So police and workers have used caution tape and shopping parking lots to block off the road. One driver still managed to drop into that hole before those barricades were in place. That person is not injured. The plumber working to fix the water main measured it and said that sinkhole was about 5 feet deep. Now, this is a problem that reportedly started before yesterday. Another KSAT viewer shared this video behind me that he captured on Monday. The hole isn't as big here, but there is a lot of water running out of it. He says he reported the break to SAWS. We emailed the utility company last night, and they say the water line is not theirs. It belongs to the management company for the shopping center. So we'll see how soon repairs are made. Until then, use caution if you're in the area. Mark and Steph.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Severe storms are slamming parts of the South. Heavy damage and some injuries have been reported from right here in Texas to southern Louisiana.
And in the north, up to 8 inches of snow in parts of the Midwest this morning, and that's headed into the Northeast.
ABC's Andrea Fujii has more.
The risk for severe weather shifted into southern Louisiana overnight. The National Weather Service reported a likely water spout forming over Lake Pontchartrain, then moving onshore around midnight.
Mother Nature sometimes is not kind.
The same storm system causing extensive damage in Texas, tearing apart homes and businesses in the Houston suburb of Pasadena.
We had 4 of us in this building when the tornado hit.
A local CrossFit owner and his customers were forced to seek cover in the bathroom of his gym.
The scariest thing I've ever seen. Like we were sitting there, I was trying to shut. We had an overhead door right here that blew off, and I was trying to shut it, and I couldn't shut it, and all of a sudden it just blew out, and that's when we ran to the restrooms, and we just watched a building just come apart and then fall down. Had to fight out because the building fell on top of us, but I mean, you know, long as we're alive, we're good.
And a dance instructor escaping a tornado as it tore apart her studio.
I was just praying, and all I know is we were all hunkered down together, but glass was flying.
The powerful winds also causing damage in Houston itself. The mayor tweeting a wastewater facility suffered significant damage but is still functioning. Meanwhile, the northern side of the storm system is making the morning commute a mess in the Midwest, with snow from Indianapolis to Cleveland up to 8 inches in some areas. The snow is spreading into Pennsylvania, upstate New York, and interior New England later today.
As for those severe storms in the south, they'll be spreading from northern Florida to the Carolinas today. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Are you having trouble getting into your email this morning? Microsoft says it's looking into problems with its online services, including Outlook and Teams, after users around the world reported outages this morning. Microsoft tweeted just a little while ago they are aware of the issue and are working to restore service.
It's Girl Scouts cookie season, and starting today, you can start ordering your favorite flavors. And this year, you can try and bring a brand new limited edition cookie. Now, read more about it right now on our website at ksat.com. My order's already in.
I was going to say, I thought they were already doing this for a while now.
I think we had a sneak peek.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. 6:11, 37 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, the Children's Ballet of San Antonio is getting ready for its stage production of Sleeping Beauty. After the break, Alyssa Cole will join us with a live report.
But first, a live look outside with live cam. Made it to midweek, folks. Hump day here in South Texas. Clear skies. It's chilly out there. We'll see if there are any traffic trouble spots. We'll talk to our expert, Stephen Cavazos, coming up.
And welcome back at 6:14. Calling all dancers and musicians. This weekend, the Children's Ballet of San Antonio will host open auditions for the stage production Sleeping Beauty.
Nice positioning for your ballet moves there, Mike. Alyssa Cole joined us live from Children's Ballet of Studio. Alyssa, this production is going to have a little San Antonio spin off?
That's exactly right. But before I get into that, let me first tell you, here at the Children's Ballet of San Antonio, the first Sleeping Beauty production was about 7 years ago, but this time it's coming back with a bang, and it has something to do with adding that San Antonio local flair, that flavor. But joining me right now is the Children's Ballet of San Antonio founder and artistic director, and she'll tell us a little bit more about Sleeping Beauty this year. What should we expect?
We are so excited to bring to the Majestic Theater this Sleeping Beauty, but as the Children's Ballet of San Antonio usually gives San Antonio flavor, so don't miss it. But everybody can be part of this amazing performance. We are expecting about 300 people in the cast, and this Saturday are the auditions right here at the Dance Center of San Antonio. Go to the websites to sign up, because in addition, we're going to have superstars from the American Ballet Theater, Skylar Brand and Hernan Cornejo, joining the most talented dancers in San Antonio to bring a gift to the community of San Antonio, this Sleeping Beauty.
Wonderful. In the American Ballet Theater, a lot of people may not know that's where Misty Copeland, she performs, correct?
Yes, and actually Misty Copeland have performed with Hernan Cornejo, and is one of the top companies in the world. And we're so excited to bring a little bit of New York to San Antonio.
Wonderful. And we'll get into more details about the auditions, but right now we just want to take a look at the dancers to see what your child can be a part of. Look at these beautiful ballerinas. We see him just diving there in the air. Beautiful, beautiful posture, looking wonderful. And the auditions are open for children between 3 and 19 years old. Again, those auditions are this Saturday. And we'll put those details on the screen right now for those information if you're looking to be a part of it. So again, those auditions are this Saturday at the Dance Center of San Antonio. The addresses there are listed on your screen. And as far as the requirements and the Okay, the details will be on our website, and as far as the requirements and qualifications for auditions, that'll be on our website later this morning too. But coming up in the next half hour, we'll have a little bit more details about the special effects and what makes this production stand out from the rest. Stephanie, Mark.
All right, Alyssa, we're going to try to get that information on the screen for your next live report, okay?
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Time now, 6:17. I saw a little bit of problems there on I-35 at Pine. Let's check back with our Steven Cavazos.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We saw that stalled vehicle out there, guys, 35 at Pine. This is in the northbound lanes, and unfortunately that good update that I was hoping for hasn't arrived just yet. But hopefully everything's going to be resolved here momentarily. You see that we have those flashing lights out there. That is a TxDOT Hero truck working to help that stalled Via bus out there. So traffic was moving along without any trouble in the northbound lanes of 35, and it looks like we finally may be seeing some relief. We may have to get back to that shot in just a moment and show you what we can expect out there. But 35 northbound at Pine Street, no red that's been building up in that area of town, at least just yet, but give it some time. Morning rush is almost here. Wide look at the metropolitan area. It is the same story. Roads are a lot more dry than what we saw yesterday, of course, but roads still pretty quiet here in town. Just be on the lookout. As I mentioned, we do have some active road closures, and this has been current. I-35 on the northeast side, this is likely part of the Northeast Expansion Project, which is obviously going to take a long while to finish up here, but this has been current and should be wrapping up on Sunday, February 5th. It's long-term, and so we're going to see that work take place 24/7, and that is, we'll see out there, pardon me, is a left lane closure along I-35 southbound frontage roads between Pat Booker Road and Topperwine Road. So just plan your commute ahead of time. You can scan this QR code that's now on the screen. That will take you to our KSAT traffic page, and it should have a full list of all the current closures that are happening from right now up until March, believe it or not. So obviously the road work is not going anywhere anytime soon, but it does look like we have a better update there at 35 at Pine. That stalled Via bus looks like it's already cleared out.
March of 2040, right? I mean, we've got some...
We can say, I think that's safe to say. Oh my gosh. I mean,
Talking about St. Mary's?
No, that's another thing.
That's supposed to open by 2038.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hang on.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, actually, that Burgers at Burger Boy there, and was asking about that, and they said this summer sometime. But
it's tough.
It's daunting for a lot of businesses out there too.
We've already done several stories on that. Look for those on KSAT.com.
All right. It is a gorgeous morning, so make sure you bundle up though as you're heading out to the bus.
There it is. Sorry. We got excited.
Dual drummers over here. So
make sure the heater is on.
Yes, make sure the heater's on. You might want to warm up the car just a little bit. Clear, cold, and then going to be a chilly day today. So jackets are going to be a pretty good idea all day long. Plenty of sunshine out.
I was helping swipe it off.
You're like swatting at flies over there or something.
Getting rid of the
bus. Oh, darn. I was going to have a nice little picture of a rain gauge, but of course our...
Next hour.
2 coffee cans and a string Wi-Fi in here.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely the Wi-Fi, right, Mike?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. So, all right, as far as rainfall yesterday, though, most everybody did see some rain, except our extreme western counties, unfortunately, and that had prompted that red flag warning yesterday out in our western counties. But there were those 2 bands just kind of straddling Bexar County out in portions of the hill country. So, northwest Bexar County and up near Bernie Stage got just over an inch of rain, and then to the east of Bexar County, about an inch and a half, and right here just south of the airport 4/10 picked up 49/100. Let's round up, call it a half an inch of rain out there at the airport, and then a whole lot more further off to the east as those storms continued to move off to the east yesterday. In behind it then, we've got a lot of clear skies out there, and with the dry air, clear skies, and in many spots light wind. There's still a breeze in a couple of spots though. That has allowed temperatures to drop down. 34 right now, Lost Maples and Bernie Stage, so probably freezing in your backyard. 33 in Uvalde, and then factor in that breeze, not much, but it feels like 32 out there at the airport, so definitely bundle up. And then, like I said, nothing but sunshine all day long. 52 degrees at noon today. Then we're going to top off at 58. Normal high is 64 now, so definitely on the cool side, and that is going to be the situation for the next couple of days. Really cold mornings and then staying chilly in the afternoon. Nothing but sunshine today. Tomorrow, same thing. Clouds start to move on in here Friday, And we do have a small chance for some rain. I wouldn't get really excited about the rain chance on Saturday, but a little bit of humidity coming back into here. That may last into early Sunday morning. Then another front's going to clear us on out. That won't last long because more clouds Monday, another chance of rain late Monday into Tuesday. And right now it's looking like this next chance of rain is going to be a fairly good shot. It's still a week away, obviously. Things can change, but this will last on into the middle part of next week as well. So forecast today, we're going to make it up to the low 50s at noon. Again, jackets all day long. Sunny skies, gorgeous out there. Northwesterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. A little bit of a breeze, and with those 58 degrees, you get in the shadows and slight breeze. It's going to feel kind of nippy, and then 58 high temperature, definitely on the cool side. Cold again tomorrow, cold again Friday morning. More clouds Friday, highs only in the 50s throughout the rest of the work week, school week. 64 Saturday, couple of showers. 70 Sunday, then that front moves through and the next chance of rain comes in here middle part of next week.
Okay, kind of almost like a spring ish pattern setting up.
Oh, not the mornings though.
Not the mornings, no, but the rainfall off and on.
And then it's nice when we get these, we've had the fronts every couple of weeks, but just haven't had the energy to give us any rain. And so now things are subtly changing.
Right.
So that's good that we have both.
If you do this more, Mike, it might produce better.
I take after my mother talking with my hands like that. So
It's
It
okay.
works. It works.
It works great. It's all about you, buddy. Now, 623, 37 degrees.
Go Spurs go. The silver and black are in LA tonight, taking on the Lakers. We're going to have a preview coming up.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Our San Antonio Spurs continue their road trip tonight. They're in LA to take on the Lakers, but you'll still have to stay up late if you want to watch. Tip-off set for 9:30 San Antonio time. We'll have highlights for you tomorrow morning right here on GMSA.
Okay, go Spurs go.
Go Spurs go.
Time now 6:26 and 37 degrees for now.
A change of scenery can do wonders. Still ahead on the morning show, we'll tell you about some easy indoor home projects.
A San Antonio police officer says he had no other option. He had to shoot and kill a man at this motel after that man fired at him. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. I'll tell you how this all began coming up.
This state agency, the Department of Public Safety, that failed these children for 77 minutes for a lack of leadership. Under no circumstances should they be allowed to walk away and not compensate people.
8 months after the Robb Elementary shooting in Uvalde, a renewed push for change. Just ahead, more about the pieces of legislation that are meant to help families of the victims.
Auditions for Sleeping Beauty at the Children's Ballet of San Antonio coming up on GMSA at 6. Stay tuned for all the details.
And outside with live cam as we dance our way through the week, we've made it to Wednesday morning, hump day. Glad you're with us. It is the 25th.
Thanks for joining us. Definitely a cold morning. Go ahead and get warm coffee. I suggest that. And I also left out for my little girl, I leave out her coat. I left a warmer coat out.
Yes, good idea. Yeah. And it's one of those where you're going to need a coat all day long. So, because we're only going to be in the 50s later on this afternoon, despite the fact we'll have plenty of sunshine out there. A little bit of a breeze, though, and so that's going to kind of add that slight little kind of nip to some of these temperatures. We're not seeing the glow of the sunrise yet, maybe a little bit off there to the east, but everything's moving along very nicely over there on the northwest side, over 10 at 410. Temperature at the airport right now stands at 37 degrees. And dew point is 31, so very dry air. Clear skies, but we have that slight breeze, so that's actually keeping that temperature from dropping a few more notches to where it actually could. It kind of keeps the air stirred up a little bit. 35 in Comfort, 34 Bernie Stage, and 33 right now in Uvalde. And obviously you may be freezing out in your backyard. Same thing up and around Bulverde. And in a lot of spots there is no wind. But then you've got a 13-mile-per-hour wind up there in Kerrville. So you've got and gusts 22 at Lost Maple. So we've got wind chills out there in parts of the hill country at the airport as well. But then in other places, it's just plain old cold. No matter how you slice it, it's cold out there. Mold low, mountain cedar is low. It's going to be interesting to see the updated count, which comes out in about an hour after it was so windy yesterday as well as overnight. So clear cold this morning and then plenty of sunshine. On the cool side this afternoon, 6 degrees below normal, but an absolutely beautiful day. Same thing tomorrow, cold start, chilly in the afternoon. Once again, very beautiful day. And then we get into Friday and the weekend. It's going to be cold starting off on Friday, and then we're going to have a lot of clouds coming in throughout the day, and it's not going to be as cool starting off on Saturday. We'll have a couple of showers around here on Saturday, not a great chance of rain. Then another front's going to move through Sunday. Sunday's going to be the warmest day, and we'll cool off again in behind that front slightly. And then after that, we've got another somewhat better rain chance coming in here by the middle of next week. So that's some very good news. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authorities, Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah.
What's up?
You know what? Not a lot over here, Mike. We started yesterday off with a lot of problems on the roadway. Safe to say that rain that we needed definitely wasn't necessarily something we needed on the roadway because we saw a number of crashes. But thankfully, things are a lot different this morning. You can check out 10 at that upper level there as you approach Gulebra Road. Just busy right now, but it's not bad. You can see it on the map. We're starting to see a bit more of the slowdowns take place, and it's always in those usual hot spots. So if you're waking up in Castroville right now, maybe you're thinking about driving up to over here to San Antonio in those eastbound lanes of 90, you'll see a little bit of a slowdown, and that's usually what we pick up around this time, as well as 35 southbound traveling in from Live Oak, and even on 281, a little bit more of that buildup is taking place. But the good news is that there are no incidents. I did get an update from my friend over at TransGuide. Thankfully, all is clear right now. There were a few stalled vehicles and maybe one or two crashes in the earlier newscast, but that's already cleared out, so we don't really have a whole lot to worry about. But let's get one last shot here at I-10, that upper level at Gulebra. You can see maybe 3 or 4 cars making their way on by in the east and westbound lanes, but things are all clear for the moment. But we're going to be tracking the roads closely and have those updates coming up in the next few minutes. Mark, stuff.
Stephen, thank you. A San Antonio police officer says a man with a gun fired at him first. The officer ended up shooting and killing that man.
This happened overnight outside a motel near Loop 410 and Marbach Road. Our Katrina Weber is there now with a live report. Katrina, do we know about the people involved?
Well, it's too soon for police to release any names just yet. Chief McManus, though, did tell us that the man who was shot and killed was in his 40s or 50s. And he says the officer who shot him has been with the department about 5 years. Now, those two met up in the Motel 6 parking lot before 11 o'clock last night. Chief McManus says the officer was part of the street crimes unit and was patrolling this area near Loop 410 and Marbach when he drove into the parking lot. He says he saw the man standing near a van with what looked like drugs in his hand, then tried to handcuff him. The chief says the man pulled away, pulled a gun from his waistband, and fired off 2 shots before the officer shot and killed him. No one else was hurt. Now, McManus did caution that he has not seen that officer's body camera video just yet, so he says this whole thing is still under investigation. Reporting live on the west side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Andre McDonald will be back in a local courtroom today after jurors saw more evidence against the Air Force major accused of killing his wife. Prosecutors showed the inside of McDonald's home the day his wife was reported missing back in 2019. Jurors also saw photos of a burn pile in the home's backyard. You can read all the details right now on our website at ksat.com.
Right now, 6:36, Texas State Senator Roland Gutierrez has introduced legislation to support Robb Elementary School shooting victims' families. This legislation is designed to improve victims' access to justice.
Our Sarah Costa joins us live in the newsroom to break down what each of these bills could mean for the families. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Mark and Steph. On the 8-month anniversary of the Robb Elementary School shooting, State Senator Roland Gutierrez introduced 4 pieces of legislation yesterday. These proposals are meant to help victims and survivors of gun violence and help the Uvalde family seek accountability. So let's break down each of these, starting with the Senate Concurrent Resolution Section 12 that would allow rob victim families to sue the state. SCR 11 asked Congress to repeal the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, which protects gun manufacturers from being sued. Senate Bill 574 would create the School Violence Victims Compensation Fund, and SB 575 would end qualified immunity for law enforcement.
Because of that, my son's not here. These other babies aren't here. And two beautiful women are not here for their children.
Gutierrez says he'll be hosting these press conferences weekly, joined by families of mass shooting victims in Texas. Now that all of these have been filed, the next step is for them to go to a Texas Senate committee. Mark and Steph.
New attempt to get Texas teachers a pay raise. State Rep James Tallarico is pushing for a pay increase of $15,000. It's all part of a proposal in House Bill 1548. This describes what would be the largest teacher pay raise in Texas history. If passed, the bill would reportedly raise the teacher pay to $48,660 at a minimum. That would be with 0 years experience. The average would go up to more than $73,000 a year.
An elderly woman living just north of downtown is without power this morning after a fire tore through her home.
Well, inside is okay, except now it's cold. Only water, plain water, the cold one. You can warm it up because, well, we don't have no heat.
Now, Mary Lou Sandoval is getting help from her neighbors who are at that same fourplex, and they are looking to get her a better place to stay while also being displaced. Now, we reached out to the Red Cross and Christian Assistance Ministries to see what help they can provide. And if you're part of a world of performing arts, you might want to listen up. Auditions for the stage production, Sleeping Beauty, at the Children's Ballet of San Antonio is this Saturday.
That's right. Alyssa Cole joins us live from the Dance Center of San Antonio. Alyssa, we're told this upcoming spring production is going to be a big one.
That's exactly right, Mark and Stephanie. Good morning. The thing is, this is Sleeping Beauty. It's their annual spring production, but this one is going to be different this year. Outside of telling the romantic tale of Sleeping Beauty, these dancers, this staff, they plan to incorporate the celebration, the culture of San Antonio. And to explain a little bit more about that, joining me right now is the founder and artistic director of the Children's Ballet of San Antonio, Vanessa Bessler. And Vanessa, could you just tell us why this production stands out from others and who all do you need to be a part of it?
It's not just the Sleeping Beauty, the ballet is a production where we're going to have multidisciplines from folklorico ballet, musical theater, singing, as well as many dancers from all skills and all abilities. We so far have the largest cast of artists with disabilities scheduled to be casting for this production. And also our wonderful dancers are going to be accompanied by superstars from one of the largest companies in the world and #1 in America, the American Ballet Theater, superstar Skylar Brandt and Hernan Cornejo. They dance at the level of Misty Copeland. He has danced with her, and we're bringing a little bit of New York here to San Antonio as a gift to the community and to these dancers that work really, really hard. This Saturday are the auditions. Everybody's invited. Dancers from all over the city are coming this Saturdays to audition. There are about 300 spots for the casting of this production.
Wonderful. We'll take a step back so you all can see this wonderful behind-the-scenes sneak peek of what your child could be doing once they audition this Saturday. That was wonderful. And for more information on auditions, take a look at your screen right now. Again, auditions are this Saturday at the Dance Center of San Antonio at 126 West Rector, Suite 120. Details on audition times for musicians, dancers, actors, gymnasts are all listed on our website at ksat.com. And before we get out of here, we just want to give a special thank you to the dancers that came before school this morning. They woke up early, and a special thank you to their parents for being a part of this. We know dance parents, they take this very seriously, and we are excited to see that production in May. Mark, Stephanie?
Oh, they did get up early this morning. Round of applause, guys.
Thank you
to everybody and the moms and dads and everybody. Alyssa, thanks.
Yes.
Right now we're at 641, 37 degrees.
And good news if you're looking for some easy home projects after the break, we're going to share a few ideas.
645, the cold temperatures out this morning, an opportunity for perhaps to contemplate some home improvements.
And it doesn't have to be a big project. There are simple things you can do that can make a big difference. So according to home experts with Ask Angie, a little work can make a huge difference. First, consider replacing the hardware and upgrading the light fixtures. Easy projects can give your home a modern look, and you can also add some greenery. Consider adding a large statement plant in your living room, some smaller plants in your home, office, or bedroom, or even an indoor herb garden in your kitchen.
Right now, 645.
Let's check back with our Stephen Cavazos.
Well, we know a lot of folks are probably in their kitchen right now brewing that cup of coffee. And if you have to head out in the next few moments, you may want to pack your patience with that cup of coffee. Haven't used that line in a while, but really it's because we're starting to see the morning commute get going here. You can see 90 at Couples, one of the busier spots in town, but you have a beautiful sunrise there right behind me. So nice shot there, but it's been a quiet morning, which has been very different from what we saw yesterday. There were plenty of crashes, plenty of slowdowns, and right now it just looks like slowdowns are going to be really the headline on the roadways. In the middle of, as I was talking about that, we do have a crash that did pop up off of 410 near Bandera, it looks like. So we'll get a closer look, find out exactly how that is going to impact the commute, but it's not on any of the main highways. And unfortunately, there are no TransGuide cameras out in your neighborhood, but we're going to watch the main highways closely throughout the morning. But you can see it's really just going to be some of the slowdowns that we see. And of course, some of the road work, as I mentioned earlier. We have bridge and barrier work that will take place this weekend. It is overnight, 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning. Left lane closures on Loop 1604 westbound from Gateway Boulevard to Union Pacific Railroad. So just planning that commute ahead of time. It's been quiet, guys, and that's nice to say, but morning rush is here. I would just say, again, pack your patience with a cup of coffee this morning because we're going to start to see some of those slowdowns on the usual hot spots.
And credit where credit is due. Mike Osterhage told us well before the sun came up this morning, today was going to be a beauty of a sunrise.
Yep, yesterday's sunset was fantastic. Sunset today is going to be just every bit as pretty. Case in point, here's one of our viewers, Roy Biv. That's not really Roy Biv.
Oh, who's Roy?
Roy G. Biv.
Who's Roy G. Biv?
That's the acronym for all the colors in the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo.
Oh, that's good.
So it's almost
nice.
A rainbow of colors there in the sunset yesterday. So.
And Skywatcher, that's
Yes.
Oscar.
I thought you'd pick up on that right away.
No, I missed that one. Totally.
So yeah, thank you very much for that. And then that was the sunset, and there is the sunrise once again off on the left-hand side of your screen. And yeah, just glorious looking weather out there, but it is pretty cold. Mid-30s all around the area. Canyon Lake is the warm spot, if you want to call it that, at 41 as of right now. We are well below normal by a good 5 degrees here in town. Then we've got a slight bit of a breeze, so there is a wind chill in spots. 32 is what it feels like at the airport. 26 over there in Lost Maples. And yeah, glorious sunshine all day long. We will warm up nicely, not as much though, because it's still going to stay on the chilly side. 52 at noon, and we make it up to 58 degrees. So we'll gain 20 throughout the day, and which is nice, but still it's going to leave us 6 degrees below normal for a high temperature. Nothing but clear skies out there on the satellite picture. The front that moved through yesterday, the associated storm system, and this one was a little bit different than what we've seen earlier this year, because most all of these storms have stayed a little too far to the north to do us any good. This one came in here a little bit quick, or a little bit further south, gave us some of that beautiful rain, and now it's just hightailing it out of here. And a huge snow producer. Produced a lot of snow in the Panhandle yesterday as well. Now upstream, nothing's really going on. So here's this storm system as it continues to work its way off to the northeast, and we've got this good northwesterly flow in behind it. Nice little bit of cool air around here, and that's going to keep us on the chilly side the next couple of days. Then as we go into Friday and the weekend, we'll start to see some more moisture coming on in here. A little bit of a disturbance will give us a chance for some rain. Not a big chance, just a little bit. Then another front's going to move through on Sunday, and that's going to cool us back down. But not for long, because notice how this next trough is digging out here to the west. That's going to pull some more moisture in here by then the first part of the week, and that's going to give us another chance for some rain by then Tuesday, and it looks like Wednesday as that low then works its way in our direction. So yes, it is Definitely a January type weather pattern, and it's great to see not only fronts every couple of days, but then now we're getting rain chances every couple of days. 52 at noon, sunny skies, absolutely beautiful, and it's going to be even prettier because blue skies and a lot of that grass is going to start to green up after some of that rain yesterday. 58 for a high temperature, 6 below normal. Tomorrow, another cold start, cold again Friday morning, staying chilly in the afternoons. And then we are going to have that chance of rain on Saturday. Not a great shot at rain. Warm Sunday. Another front will cool us down somewhat. Another chance of rain middle of next week. Steph, Mark.
Mike, thank you. 10 till 7, 37 degrees.
Already tired of the high price of eggs? Well, tomorrow on GMSA, the top 5 alternatives to keep you cooking without the high prices.
Outside with live cam as we begin a beautiful Wednesday morning here in South Texas. That sunrise yet to reach the airport in this shot, but it's going to be a great day, and you're starting it with GMSA.
A San Antonio police officer says a man fired at him first, and it turned out to be the last thing that man did. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. The police officer shot and killed the man. It happened in the parking lot of this Motel 6 right behind me near Loop 410 and Marbach Road. The police chief, William McManus, says this began with what was supposed to be a routine patrol around 11 last night. He says an officer with the street crimes unit was driving through the motel parking lot when he saw the man with what looked like drugs in his hand. The chief says the officer tried to handcuff him, but the man pulled away, then pulled a gun from his waistband and fired off 2 shots. The officer fired back, hitting and killing the man. And the McManus was careful to say that this is all still under investigation. He says he still needs to see the officer's body camera video. No one else was injured in the shooting. Reporting from the West Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Coming up today on GMSA at 9, after months of feeding and grooming hogs, local students will present them for judging at the San Antonio Livestock Show.
Tiffany Huertas is going to speak with some of those students and share what it took to get to this moment. Plus, fighting heart disease is the goal of a local event happening this weekend.
We're going to be talking with a rep from the American Heart Association today about Vestido Rojo happening Saturday at the Whitty Museum. All that and more today on GMSA at 9.
And at 6:55, let's check back with our Stephen Cavazos.
Oh, gorgeous out here, guys. 1604 at Pat Booker. Yeah, traffic may not look so great, but check out that sunrise. Just a very beautiful shot with TransGuide. Now, the good news is we are ending our show with no issues, so I'm happy to report about that. But we're going to see the slowdowns, and that's always expected this late in the morning. We're going to have folks getting the day started early with us, but thankfully, they really don't have a lot to be on the lookout for. But definitely, if you can, try to enjoy that sunrise there, right, Mike? Glorious, as you said.
Enjoy this picture. Yes, look at that sunrise off to the east right there. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to have nothing but blue skies today. 37 at the airport, and no numbers are freezing right here. Maybe freezing in your backyard, though, and then it feels like it in a couple of spots with that slight breeze out there. 58 for high temperature. Need a jacket all day long. Cold the next couple of mornings, and beautiful sunset tonight as well.
All right, time to use that winter wear.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Mike. Have a good day.
Have a great day, and we'll see you back here for GMSA at 9. Good Morning America is next.